The big story on India Upfront today is about the centre which took a major step forward in dealing with the Manipur violence and the horror of the videos emerging from the state, which are frankly nothing less than a crime against humanity itself. Today, top sources told Times Now that the man who shot the viral Manipur horror video has been arrested and the mobile phone used has also been seized. Additionally, the centre will seek a CBI investigation into the assault and ask for the trial to be moved outside the state, preferably to Assam. This crime, make no mistake, must be investigated and accountability must be fixed, not just in the course of the investigation, but also in the Parliament debate which will take place on the trust vote that has already been accepted by the Speaker. This is the demand not just of Team India, but of all the people of India. But when Team India, which comprises of all the parties like Congress, JDU, RJD, TMC, when they wear black for Manipur, when they turn black for Manipur, why don't they spare one thought for Bihar as well? Yes, Bihar. The same Bihar where life literally turned black for two families. Their fault was that they were asking, why are they getting electricity only for 5 hours every day? Is this Team India's idea of what a new India should be like? 5 hours of electricity. Villagers were asking, why are we made to sit in darkness every night, night on night? Finally, people in Katihar, which also is in India, they couldn't take it anymore. And they protested at a power station. Soon, stones were pelted, they resorted to violence, they resorted to vandalism, with the result that the police fired straight into the crowd. Yes, fired directly at unarmed civilians. Watch.
मामला खराब हो जाएगा लेकिन
एक को गोली मार दिया तो पैर में तो
पहली बार ऐसा हो मामला खराब हो जाएगा लेकिन
एक को गोली मार दिया तो पैर में तो
पहली बार ऐसा हो मामला खराब हो जाएगा लेकिन
एक को गोली मार दिया तो पैर में तो
इधर भी लो, इधर
मार दिया रे गोली मार दिया रे एक को मार दिया रे
कहाँ
से बोलो
एक को मार दिया
अरे फिर से दो को मार दिया रे ये क्या कर रहा है
निकल रहा है पकड़ पकड़ आ जाए
नहीं गोली नहीं मार कर गोली नहीं मार सकता
आ जाए
गोली भाग रहा
भाग रहा है इधर भी
All of that caught on camera. In this firing, two men, Mohammad Khurshid and Sonu Sah, died. Many more, including a man named Niaz, is injured and critical. But when Team India member, the RJD and JDU, were asked about this, here is what the state's energy minister said.
जांच का रिपोर्ट आ रहा है, डीएमएसपी लोग लगे हुए हैं। हाँ, सरकार क्या कर रही है, माला पहना रही है, कानून व्यवस्था को कंट्रोल तो करना पड़ेगा। भाजपा हमारे खिलाफ नहीं बोलेगी, और जब सरकार में थी तब क्या बोलती थी? कोई अनियमितता नहीं थी। ट्रिपिंग आजकल होता है, बरसात का मौसम है, बारिश हो गई, कहीं पेड़ गिर गया। अब बदमाशी जब करेगा कोई तो पुलिस क्या करेगी? लाठी चार्ज और गोली तो चलती है।
And that brings us to the simple question. Will Team India go black for Manipur but stay mum on Bihar? Is this secularism and social justice Team India's style? And can they really say that this is their vision of India, where people are going to be killed in cold blood simply for asking questions of the state. Joining us on the debate, R.P. Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP, R. Rajgopalan, senior journalist, Sanket Yenagi, advocate. My first question is to Professor Subodh Mehta, national spokesperson of the RJD. Is this your vision of India, Professor Subodh Gupta? Professor Mehta, that's my question to you. Is this your vision of India?
No.
जहां आप मुंह खोलोगे तो गोली खाओगे.
Look.
5 hours of electricity. 5 hours.
You are linking every... Look. Let me answer. What you are asking about what is your vision of India. Okay, our vision of India is very clear. The idea of India, which has been distorted by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in particular and NDA in general. The framers of the Constitution has incorporated the idea of unity in diversity, democratic decentralization and social revolution. This is our agenda for 2024, which has been distorted by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Does your agenda of India and your idea of India include Mohammad Khurshid? Does your agenda include Mohammad Khurshid?
Yes, let me answer that.
Because he's dead.
Let me answer that. Ma'am,
Mohammad Khurshid will not be around to see your agenda for India, sir.
We are with Mohammad Khurshid and we are very sorry and we are saddened to the death. We pray to God that the God should give him a peace. But looking to the larger aspect.
Well, of course, sir, you couldn't give him power for 24 hours, which is what an Indian was seeking. Now at least you are asking for peace. I'm sure his family will be very happy now because you asked for peace.
Look, ma'am, the protesters had a right to protest. But when they were protesting, there were few people who were anti-social element. They moved into that, protesting people along with the protesting people, and then they started pelting stones, and then the police came in front.
Are you saying Mohammad Khurshid was an anti-social element?
Will be conducted, and
are you saying that Mohammad Khurshid was an anti-social element?
I am saying that don't put your words in my mouth. I am saying that the protesters were protesting. Sir. It was their democratic right to protest.
Mohammad Khurshid is dead.
But
he was fired upon by your police. You said anti-social elements mixed in the crowd. So are you suggesting Mohammad Khurshid and Sonu Saha are dead because they were anti-social elements?
Anti-social element entered into the protesting peoples.
Why is Mohammad Khurshid dead?
They were protesting, and those anti-social people, they started pelting. They started pelting, and in retaliation, in retaliation, the protesters died. The innocent protester died, not the anti-social protesters. You don't link anything with everything.
So okay, you are admitting that in New India,
it was their right to protest,
which is ruled by the JDU and the RJD, an innocent man is dead because he said कि मेरे घर में 5 घंटे बिजली क्यों आ रही है? You admit that the two men who are dead today are innocent.
You have raised a very fundamental question.
This is your India? This is your India?
Let me answer that. Let me answer. Yes, let me answer about India, ma'am. You know what Narendra Modi is talking about. You know that Indian consumers are paying the highest power tariff in South Asia. Even India power generating cost is lowest in South Asia in 12 countries. India is paying the maximum, and Bihar has already given the power asset to the central government.
आप कहाँ South Asia पहुँच गए? कटिहार तो देख लीजिए, 5 घंटा बिजली आ रही है 21वीं सदी में. हम जब उत्तर प्रदेश में रहते थे 1990 में, तब होता था.
Look, यही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ. Look what I am saying. Why I am saying that Bihar is getting electricity on very high rate, is highest in India. The developed state like Gujarat, they are getting electricity at 3 rupees 74 paisa. Maharashtra is getting 4 rupees 13 paisa. Madhya Pradesh is getting, and they are we have given everything to the central government, and we are treated step electricity
so
on a
is
cheaper
also
rate.
Modi's
We
fault.
are consuming 6,000
Okay.
megawatt.
So,
we are consuming 6,000
this is
megawatt and
also
only
Mr. Modi's
5,800
fault
mega
that he
has
is
been
giving
provided.
you very
One nation,
expensive
one tariff,
electricity, so
tariff
you
should be
can't
there.
give it to Mohammad Khurshid. So your police has
Ma'am,
to open fire. So Mohammad Khurshid is dead.
One nation, one tariff electricity.
Oh, now it's one
tariff
nation,
electricity
one
should be
tariff.
there. We
I
are
see.
producing cheapest electricity in the world.
Is it also
We
Mr.
are
Modi's
producing
fault?
cheapest
Let's show that
electricity
image
in
again.
South
Is it
Asia.
also
And
Mr. Modi's
our
fault?
consumer are getting
Is it
the
also
maximum
Mr. Modi's
price.
fault? Is it also Mr. Modi's
Yes, it
fault
is Narendra
that
Modi
your
fault.
police,
It is
sir,
Narendra Modi
is
fault,
firing
ma'am.
from the
It is
roof?
Narendra Modi fault
पहले
primarily
आपने
because
बोला,
the
पहले आपने
the-
बोला,
the
sir,
company which
मेहता जी,
distribute the-
पहले आपने बोला
पहले
that
आप
we
सुनिए,
fired in
that the
self-defense.
electricity-
Do you know that your policemen were standing on the rooftop? The protesters were nowhere close to them. चलिए एक बार के लिए मान लिया कि किसी ने आपका आके कॉलर
That is-
दबोच लिया,
that is the
किसी ने
reason-
आपको एकदम मारने को हो गया तो आपने
That
सेल्फ
is
डिफेंस
the
में
reason
फायर
what I am saying.
किया. Your police was standing on the rooftop and they were firing like
that is the
this
reason why I am saying
at people who are
impartial
standing
inquiry will
नीचे.
be constructed. Impartial inquiry will be constituted and the culprit will be punished, ma'am. But looking to the larger aspect of electricity distribution in India, we are producing the lowest electricity, the lowest price electricity, and we are getting the maximum. Who is the middleman? The middleman is the DISCOM, the company which are distributing the electricity to the consumers.
Okay.
And in that,
So
Bihar
this is the
getting
problem of New India,
electricity
RP
at very
Singh,
high rate
that
as
you
compared
have
to the Gujarat,
forced,
Maharashtra and
you
Andhra
have
Pradesh and
forced
other
Team
states.
India's government
That
in
is the
Bihar
reason why
to kill
we
two
are
men.
into one nation, one electricity tariff should be there.
This is your fault.
No,
this
why-
is your
why to
fault,
kill
RP
two
Singh.
men?
Just a second, one
No.
at a time. RP Singh, this is your fault.
Well, Padmaja, there have been 2,070 people murdered in last few months. I mean, just in last 4 months. There have been serious crime of 4,848. There have been rape of almost 345 girls, women have been raped. Kidnapping case of 144, attempt to murder 700. Well, it's all because of Prime Minister Modi. Because he is the one who is provoking people to manufacture bombs in their houses. One of the MLAs, Nihaluddin, is on record saying that we have told our children to produce and manufacture bomb in self-defense. There's nothing wrong if our children manufacture bombs at their residence. So this is the law and order situation of the Bihar. And top of it, when people come and make requests for electricity, the bare minimum that give us electricity at least for 10 hours, 12 hours. I mean, and they fire the gunshot, they receive the gunshots. So this how the Bihar government is. They talk about democracy and they can't bear protesters. Recently, BJP workers were protesting, or one of the workers died in the process. But we saw how they were being beaten red and blue. So they are people who talk about democracy. I mean, Nitish Kumar is one who is there because of the movement against the emergency. But this is a new sort of emergency of the jungle law now.
Respond,
It's
Mr.
a
Mehta.
new sort of emergency.
Let Professor Mehta respond, then I'll go to Sanket Yenagi.
One
Yes,
can
Professor
stand
Mehta,
up at the
respond.
rooftop and then shoot at the people.
Yes. Look, what RP Singh is talking about is factually not correct. Look to the Crime Bureau of India data. It is the data of their home department. Uttar Pradesh happened to be a place where the maximum number of rapes has taken place. Look to the data of Madhya Pradesh, the law and order in the case of what you are talking about law and order. Bihar law and order is far better than the Gujarat. Bihar law and order is far better than the Uttar Pradesh. Bihar law and order is far better than the Madhya Pradesh. Look to the crime data that Home Ministry has provided to you. You don't look to the data. You jump to the conclusion. It's a malified incident.
All right. So we'll just tell the family of Sonu Saha and Mohammad Khurshid and Mohammad Niazi, who is right now in hospital, critical, fighting for his life, that NCRB data is better for Bihar. So it's all okay. This is New India, Sanket Yenagi. Before you respond, I again want to play out for you because I'm just wondering, Sanket Yenagi, you're wearing black today. Will your party be wearing black tomorrow in Parliament for these two men? Let's listen in again to that moment where the police comes out and opens fire straight at the protesters. You can hear the fear in the voices of these men. You should listen to this, Mr. Yenagi. Listen.
मामला खराब हो जाएगा, लेकिन एक को गोली मार दिया तो पैर में तो
इधर भी लो, इधर मार दिया रे गोली मार दिया रे, एक को मार दिया रे। कहाँ से बोलो, एक को मार दिया। अरे फिर से दो को मार दिया रे, ये क्या कर रहा है?
अरे निकल रहा है, पकड़ आजा।
नहीं गोली नहीं मारेगा रे, गोली नहीं मार सकता।
आजा। भाग रहा है। इधर भी
Mr. Yenagi, let me quote to you what Asaduddin Owaisi in fact has said. बिहार में बिजली कटौती के खिलाफ प्रदर्शन कर रहे लोगों पर पुलिस की गोलियों से मोहम्मद खुर्शीद सोनू शाह मारे गए। नियाजी गंभीर तौर से घायल हैं। हम खुर्शीद और सोनू के परिवार के साथ खड़े हैं। नीतीश कुमार और तेजस्वी यादव के मंत्री ने कहा, इसको जायज कहा और पीड़ित पर बदमाशी का इल्जाम लगा दिया। When poor people are asking for power, will you shoot at them? Is this how social justice and secularism will be used to defeat the BJP? Will your party wear black tomorrow for these two men, Mr. Yenagi?
So when I need to intervene or to explain my view, I should not be intervened unnecessarily is my first request, because I should not be interrupted in an anxiety. Firstly, let me give one by one with instances. The situation in Manipur cannot be compared to the situation which is there in some other states. Manipur is being discussed throughout the world. It is the worst scenario of human rights violation, wherein a lady has been made to parade nakedly and sexually assaulted by the general public with the help of the police. Police are helpless. And this is something that humanity will not accept it. And that is how the Supreme Court has taken cognizance. Woman is a woman, she should be respected. She should be honored. This is a country wherein we have been respecting the woman, and this is not tolerated. And coming back to other states where I need to talk about law and order problem, wherever it is, it must be fairly investigated irrespective of the political affiliation or the religious affiliation. And the culprit be booked under the stringent provisions of the law. And I'm not saying for a moment it belongs to party A or party B. Wherever there is an instance of extrajudicial killing, and it must be a fair investigation. If necessary, a judicial probe must be ordered and the culprit be booked under the stringent provisions of law.
But will your party wear black? Will your party wear black for these two men?
So first, what is serious is to be looked into.
This is not serious?
I'm not saying what is
loss of
not
civilian
serious,
lives is not serious.
So let us not do a job of covering up what has happened in Manipur.
Nobody is covering up. What has happened in Manipur is despicable. And it should be investigated and accountability. But you cannot turn a blind eye to something else, sir, and call it a law and order problem.
Padmaja, you have made your point. Now it is my turn to answer. So, what is serious, what is not serious, I'm not talking about at this moment. The entire Manipur is burning. That entire world is shaming India for the reason what is being happening in India. So I'm not saying for a moment what is happening in other states should be pardoned. So let us give another illustration to you what is happening in Karnataka and Udupi more particular. The National Women's Commission.
Okay, no, let's just stick to this. I don't want to go into a complete different tangent. Respond to this, Mr. Rajgopalan, that the reason why the opposition has chosen its battles is because the state of Manipur is burning. This is an isolated law and order issue. Mr. Rajgopalan.
Katihar is another Jallianwala Bagh. Nitish Kumar should resign. Rahul Gandhi should comment on that. And second thing, those who are wearing black, their faces should be blackened because one Muslim boy, one Hindu boy have been killed. What OIC has said is absolutely right. Apart from that, Nitish Kumar must go now. And he should not be the convener of India. When Bombay meet takes place, he should not be made as a convener. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, big Motihari, Katihar, there is no electricity. That is why the people are doing upsets. Is it the way India should rule? Is it the way that INDIA should rule? Bihar is becoming another Manipur. Mr. Nitish Kumar, you have failed in your duty. Katihar incident should be condemned by the Congress, by the RJD, by the...
Professor Mehta, we certainly hope in the next meeting in Mumbai, somebody is going to shed a tear for what happened in Katihar.
At least 1 minute maunam rana padega.
Look, let me answer. Let me respond to what our colleague is saying. You know, he is linking with Manipur. When you look to the crime against women, when we look to the crime against the children, when we look to the crime against the minorities and the subaltern classes, in comparison with Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, approximately, yes, I am coming to that. I am coming to the Katihar. When you look to those law and order across India, Bihar is far better than most of the states. First. Second thing is that looking to the Katihar, I have told you very categorically that we are with the farmers, we are with the subaltern groups and the groups which they are protesting. They are not getting electricity. It is their right to protest. Why they are not getting electricity? Look to the Union Minister, R.K. Singh, what he says. He says that we produce enough
that the same people who say don't do whataboutery, don't bring in Bihar when you're talking about Manipur, would then conveniently just flip and say, oh yes, we killed 2 civilians, but UP is worse than us. More than the loss of lives that has happened. Think about it. When you're being offered an alternative vision for India, do you want an India which will be plunged in darkness for over 18 hours every day in the 21st century? And where people will be killed simply for asking why? I'll leave you with that thought. Our thoughts also with the family of both the deceased. Thanks very much, gentlemen, for joining me.